Yoo-hoo, boys and girls. Welcome to War 6 and the halfway point against Sålty. I've just got back from my wedding anniversary dinner, full of Thai food, and it's time to make my video. As the title suggests, I ate part of the donut today. We've got Symbiote Supreme, Nico, and Prowler comes along as well. Yeah, obviously I've already made the spoiler, but the spoiler was in the title, so we'll get to what happened later. We're going path 9 all the way today, with the exception of Weapon X, which one of my Alliance battle group buddies is taking. For now, we've got Nico here with obviously the rank 6 against the rank 4 Dark Phoenix once more. Did it last war and it was solid enough, although not the greatest, because, you know, a thing or two happened. Can't remember exactly now, but we were hoping for a bit more cooperation from her this time. We've got 3 of the 4 pre-fights on, except for the Incinerate one. And yeah, the aim is, again, just maintain buff immunity. Don't hit too much during bleed, which I actually do a little bit of, more than I sort of intended to. I think I sort of lost my mind a bit. Didn't bother about L2s this time, just maintained L1s, which was probably slightly less damage, but overall easier to just maintain buff immunity. Getting tons of power, and to help, Phoenix was a lot more cooperative in throwing L1s for me when I wanted her to. I also made the point to throw a heavy at some point, can't remember where it was, which I believe helped with my adrenaline. I'm not entirely sure what benefit it does have for me. Looking at my health bar, I did take, as I said, I hit slightly more than I intended to during one of the bleed phases here, and I do recall taking a block hit at some point which took off a fair bit of health. Nothing enough to put me in danger, but yeah, I'm losing health slightly quicker than I did the last time. Not enough to get sweaty over, that's for sure. When we hopefully get Nico as a 7-star, the rare points where she's not going to be banned, she's just going to be absolutely ridiculous for this fight. I can't imagine this fight actually being a thing if people are going to leave Nico unbanned, but we'll get to that. We'll get to that. In the meantime, Phoenix is melting nicely. Not the quickest fight in the world, but very, very easy, very, very safe. And that's the end of her. Gonna wait a minute for Weapon X to get out of the way, and then we're going to progress up to 27 Serpent, a fight which I have not seen for a very long time. We've got Naked Symbiote here, no Mordo, the usual power backs, and Serpent is on full hazards with power focus 2. So obviously we'll have the APB boost, and we're just going to hang around at the start, parry a little bit. There's no inexorable here other than Serpent's own kit, and yeah, we're just going to sort of play very slow, play very patiently at the start, wait for my wait to go fully red, wait for my genetic to build, and avoid hitting to start with, because I don't want to take hazard damage. Now we've got a stagger on, push him to 1 bar, let him throw that, stagger the true focus, and we can begin proceedings. I don't really need to narrate this fight, we all know how it goes. So in the meantime, the next fight, which is 36 Zola, which I'm taking with Prowler, I spent an entire morning and then some doing duels for the fight. It's essentially a nodeless fight due to the double immunity of the hazard shift, and the fact I can't parry Zola anyway means I don't really have to worry about one eye open. Duels were all perfect, I made a load of recordings, I had it all down to almost a fine art. We're going to leave it there, carry on with this fight which is melting, and we can carry on in a bit when I get to the node. We are absolutely destroying Serpent here. He has I think he's thrown maybe 2 L1s, wasn't really concentrating, and he just hasn't stood a chance. I'm also at 99% health here, 158 into block, which is less than what I'm healing for. We are up to 100%, and we destroy him with a full yellow bar. Very, very satisfying fight. Symbiote is just broken at rank 4. Really, really broken. So now we're going to come to Zola. At this point, I think I'm the only person, other than the commander who took Weapon X for me, I think I'm the only person to have fought so far in the Alliance at this stage of the war. Aim of the game here, again, I can essentially ignore the node and it's just a big health pool duel, is try to line up Falter, Incinerates and my L2, but otherwise, you know, watch his charges, falter him and use them for heavy knockdown openings so I can keep his charges at bay. He didn't take the bait for a couple of light intercepts. I didn't get punished, which is fine. Probably should have waited when we went for feedback to push his charges up a little bit more. I lost my falter early because I used it for the heavy knockdown. And there I failed to, I think my thumb just stuck on the screen. I failed to dex back, ate the entire heavy to the face. Instant half of my health wiped off. And now we're in trouble. Yeah, we're in trouble now. I'm ticking down because of the power detonation. I haven't done anywhere near as much damage as I would have hoped for this stage of fight to have lost this much health, and I'm aware that I'm ticking down quite a bit in health. Missed the last part of the L1 dex there, which helped me on my way to an early grave. Yeah, I know that I'm about to die, so I'm just trying to get as much damage in as I can. Again, get knocked to the floor. Yeah, that L2 doesn't really do very much because I had no Falter and no Incinerates on. And using my, I've now got him at 17 charges. Use the relic for the opening and he puts me to sleep on my heavy there and it just kills me. Very, very poor. We go back in after a little bit of break. I went to work, started my shift and escaped to the porcelain war throne by this point. I had got my jewels back down and just solidified myself really. And we go back in, trying to stick to what I was originally planning to do. And this time it does go a lot smoother. Not going to go for any light intercepts. They didn't cost me last time, but we're just not going to overcomplicate things. Do not miss a dex this time, otherwise I will be ruined. We're going to punish the L1, which was originally the plan, knock him down from there. He's incinerated, use the Falter to jump back in and carry on hitting him. We do that again for the in time for the L2, and we're going to start to melt him. So we've got Incinerate, we've got Falter up, and the L2 puts in a bit more work, which was what it was supposed to do to start with. Yeah, again, fasting forward at this point, we got, so when I was in 4 Loki last season and we beat Sålty towards the end of the season, I was the only person to die in my BG, again taking a bite of our donut, which was annoying. And at this point we played really, really well, and again I was the only death in the entire alliance, so we finished 150 for Knob, and once again sticking out like a sore thumb because I'm clearly shit at the game. But in the meantime, we got the win. GG's to Sålty. Thank you for watching, guys, and I'll see you after halfway point. Bye.